Yosemite Valley was originally home to Native American tribes of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. This was the case until the 1849 gold rush, which brought large numbers of settlers to the area. The result was extreme and rapid damage to the ecosystem of Yosemite Valley. To ward off further exploitation, damage, and fragmentation of the area, conservationists enticed Abraham Lincoln to declare the region a public trust of California, leading to the development of the entire national park system later, with the first national park being Yellowstone. Although originally being developed as a method of conserving a beautiful landscape, today Yosemite National Park is a tourist destination, with 2015 statistics recording over 4 million visitors in that year alone. Current conservation problems that Yosemite National Park experiences is right now there's no limit to the number of people that can enter and stay in the park, leading to great amounts of habitat degradation just due to human activity. As well as this, the increased human activity is increasing the introduction of invasive species, and a non-human factor like climate change is creating warming temperatures that may facilitate future fires and loss of particular species. Currently, the biodiversity of Yosemite ecosystem is composed of 3 groves of giant sequoia, 1,200 species of flowering plants, 67 mammalian species, 221 species of bird, 18 reptile species, 10 amphibian species, and 11 fish species. The greatest threat to Yosemite National Park is air pollution, primarily ozone, all of which comes from high polluted cities such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Fresno. The park as a whole is 3,000 square kilometers, with 95% of that area being considered untouched wilderness. The Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep were originally abundant in Yosemite Valley. However, with intruding gold miners, many were killed off due to hunting and disease from the domesticated sheep the miners brought with them when settling the area. In 1914, the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep was declared extinct in Yosemite National Park. In the 1970s, a bighorn sheep population of 27 individuals was reintroduced to the Yosemite area. Using GPS collars on both sheep and mountain lions, the sheep's main predator, researchers could obtain data on both the habitat and mortality of the sheep. By 2014, 600 Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep were living in their ancestral homelands. The giant sequoia is an endangered species in Yosemite National Park, only occupying 3 groves in the entire park: the Mariposa Grove, Tulum Grove, and Merced Grove. Although the Merced and Tulum groves are relatively close to one another, they are still considered isolated populations and do not form a continuous ecosystem, as a road separates the 2 forests. This isolation increases the risk of extinction, as the Merced Grove only has 40 trees and the Tulum Grove has only 20 trees. The Mariposa Grove is the largest and most isolated of the 3 groves, containing 500 mature sequoias. Due to urban development, acidic mists are a major threat to the sequoias of Yosemite National Park, stunting the root growth of the trees. The giant sequoia also requires regular fires to have a healthy population. From 1890 to 1970, the fire suppression programs were implemented, increasing overall productivity of the ecosystem but decreasing sequoia populations as overall recruitment was low. Although known for their immense size, very few species actually rely on the giant sequoia for food and shelter. The most common of these species is the pine squirrel, which feeds on the cones of the giant sequoia. Due to its relatively low ecological importance, the conservation of the giant sequoia is solely intrinsic human value. Sequoias sexually mature at an age of 20 years. Past the seedling stage, the sequoia is a fantastic competitor, being able to grow rapidly in both above ground and below ground biomass, allowing them to compete well for nutrients, light, and water. Growth of sequoia seedlings occurs optimally in low vegetative densities where rapid growth can be achieved. Conservation efforts for the giant sequoia have been incredibly difficult. This is primarily due to its frost intolerance in combination with the need for relatively humid conditions for growth. Due to climate change, finding new areas of suitable habitat for the giant sequoia is vital. As climate change drives warmer, drier climates in the lower latitude regions, existing populations of giant sequoias will not be harmed, as the adult trees have very good drought tolerance. However, the recruitment will be very low, as none of the seedlings will have sufficient water to grow and survive. As sequoias rely on wind dispersal, the majority of seeds will be dispersed at a maximum of a few hundred meters away. This is insignificant when dispersal to a new climate regime is required. Regulated fire programs, limited human interference, and monitoring of sequoias are initiatives currently occurring in Yosemite National Park.